Hello YouTubers, my name is X Factor and this is a Markaz Monolith Rush defense highlights where I start off in the tank, but I focus on being a pesky engineer to the other team as we hit the later mcoms. And I talk about this all the time with the helicopters, the dance you have to learn and kind of work out. And as you see, a big poof of smoke, but no kabooey. That's Battlefield in a nutshell, basically. So this dance, right? If he's behind you with a shot, drive underneath him. Take away his shot. Make him make a choice. Does he want to stay and keep with that shot and drop even lower? Stay on you longer? Well, when he drops lower, he gives you that angle. And here it is right here. That soft, delicious underbelly. Tastes like bacon. So we don't last very long on this set of mcoms because the attackers do something very good. They get saturated in the backfield. They also get on top of a couple of these buildings and keep pair dropping down, dropping C4 sandwiches, and they did a very good job. This is very easy to stuff the attackers here, but if they get on top of the buildings, it's going to be bad news bears, especially if they've got a lot of medics and engineers PTFOing, pushing the actual mcoms and trying to flank on the ground. It can create an absolute headache. So enough tanking as I get C4'd from the ceiling. ACWR is hands down probably one of my favorite weapons to use because it is an absolute beast at medium and long range. A lot of you guys always ask, how do you kill so quickly? This gun has very little bullet deviation and it has absolute great minimum damage at the longest of range. So right now I'm playing a game. Is he going to come left? Is this guy going to come right? Because I left him alive because I missed a couple shots there. So I'm going to sit tight and kind of pillar, right? And that didn't work out because I got my face shot off. But that was a thought process. And here's something unique you don't see all the time. Shooting out the pilot with the 50 cal on the tank. Now the good news is this. In Battlefield 4, these 50 cals have been buffed tremendously. If you watched any of the alpha footage, the streaming, these things absolutely destroy people, as they should. They're 50 cals, right? And a couple bullets. So I'm going to use this guy as a taxi, a very expensive taxi, because I want to be near the action. He's kind of sitting in a spot where the tank's coming. I don't know if he sees him or not, so I'm going to get out and try to play towards the mcom. Because Markaz Monolith, on the second set of mcoms, there's this whole area that people love to camp as defenders in that high monolith, right? They'll be on the 3rd, 4th, 5th level with their Bush Wookiee outfits on, and some guys support just dropping sandwiches, and it really limits your visibility. And it puts you at a big disadvantage because you're a long ways away from the mcom, again, with a limited visibility. So when I play the Monolith, I usually stay on the ground floor because that's where the majority of the action is. That's where 95% of the enemies are going to come. And I try to work these little flanks that are on the outside of the map. Again, kind of feeding off what my friendlies are doing. If I see that this area is saturated with friendlies, I can go out and have a little fun and get in their backfield and create some chaos. And more importantly, try to get a nasty ass shot on the tank. Tanks take the most damage in the rear, and it's more importantly to have a straight shot. So instead of me shooting way back, that creates an angle. I want to get directly behind him and right there, straight line. That straight line gives me the max damage. If you do a straight line, it's a one-shot disable. Second shot kills. If you get the angle shot from a max angle on the ass, it's not going to disable him when his reactive's off or he doesn't have it. You need a good minimal angle straight shot in. And here you see me kind of playing around their backfield. B gets set again. And usually when this happens, I'm going to work back. And my thought process here is, what just shot me? That came from my back shoulder where a ton of friendlies are. So I always try to work back to the mcoms. B being that far away, not going to make it. No matter if I would have started hopping, skipping, the dip, potato chip the whole way, just wouldn't have worked, right? So I work back and I do these looping patterns when I play Rush. Same thing with Conquest. If I get to a specific spot, I'll loop back and just try to cover my tracks, and that's a great way now to pick up a lot of kills and squad wipes. That's what you play for, is those squad wipes. What happens then? They have to start back at spawn or at a radio beacon, which you don't see a lot of them in, right? Because Bush Wookiees, they don't like to put down their Mavs and Tugs. And if you're a Bush Wookiee that puts down a Mav, a Tug, and a radio beacon, you rock. You make the game easier for your teammates. So the reason why I didn't take that first shot earlier when I was at this position, I didn't want to give myself away, and I thought the tank was looking right at me. Now, they're out of the tank. I see this on the mini-map, but I'm still going to spam it. I'm quick switching, and it got blown up. So sniper just tried to take a pot shot at me. I'm definitely going to move, try to find a med pack and relocate. The worst thing you could do in Battlefield 3 is peek the same position, whether it's core or hardcore. You got a Dorito on your head or you don't have one. Smart player is going to look at that same spot after you play Pop Goes the Weasel a couple times, and they're going to get a free kill. So you got to vary up the looks. There's so much rubble in the Monolith here that you can play all these different crazy angles and keep working your way around in this probably 100 square foot, 200 square foot area. There's so many different little spots, and there I get my head taken off. So spawn back. It's getting close, and as you can see, I'm higher on the Monolith, and the tank is spamming. I don't want to be this high, so I'm literally going to try to dance in this med pack, but this is still a bad spot because people can look in here. It's easy for them. Look how bright it is outside. It's hard for you to see out there. So if you want to go Bipod Pro, that's great, but I traditionally stay on the first or second level. It offers you the most cover. You're close to the MCOM, and you can do some work. So kind of surveying the area, because every time you die and you're off that screen for 8 to 10 seconds and you can't really see the mini-map and tell what's going on, you got to kind of reassess the situation. The last thing you want to do is spawn right back in and go balls to the wall and get shot within taking 3 steps because you didn't know that there was 10 guys around the corner. So I missed an RPG shot here. I'm really regretful of that. So we're down to a couple tickets. We're going to prevail on this second set of MCOMs, and you can do a lot of work if you be an engineer on this map. I don't see enough engineers on the Monolith, especially on Conquest, when there's like, I don't know, 25 vehicles and air, right? You can do a lot of damage, really help your team. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick little round of Markaz Monolith, kind of highlighting this second set of MCOMs. If you have any questions or comments, don't forget to leave them below. If you had some fun with me, learned something today, don't forget about the old thumbs up, and as always, thanks for watching YouTube. We will see you soon.